Hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, what's up? Hello.
Hi everybody. I'm going really in and out of the frame today.
Oh yeah.
Matt's not going to be happy about that.
I go in.
I go in.
Yeah. Oh my
Welcome to
gosh.
Hype Night, everybody.
Oh my gosh. I feel like every night I start to say, what? Because I'm always so excited.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
We're excited to be here.
Yeah.
I'm Melissa, or known as Mel in the title of our show.
I'm Dale, known as Dale.
Dale? Mel.
Yeah, without a Y.
Okay, good
Sometimes people spell my name with a Y.
There's a lot of Dales who spell it with a Y.
Yeah, but I
not
don't.
you.
Not me.
No, not this gal.
No. Harder to rhyme when it has a Y in it.
Good to know.
So, you know. Welcome.
Dale.
Dale.
Yeah, Dale.
Dale.
Welcome to Hype Night, everybody.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we're just gonna, we just like to hype women.
Yeah.
And just have a good time.
We do. That's
do
what the
that.
show is about.
Exactly.
We invite a woman on who we think is awesome, and we just talk about how great she is.
Yeah. And we always, at the beginning of the show, lean in a little bit like this to each other.
We do.
You notice that? Where it's just a little bit like
Right.
that.
Leaning in.
That's all. Yeah.
Like Sheryl Sandberg tells us to do. I don't think she meant this way, though.
she probably
She meant like
this.
this way. She was like, that's what she meant.
Oh.
Lean in, ladies.
I hear you and I see you.
It's a controversial stance still. Provocative.
I haven't read it.
Me neither.
Oh, I should.
Uh-oh.
Should I?
Should we? We're
read?
both admitting that
Let
we
us
haven't read
know.
it. Should we read Sheryl Sandberg's
Lean
book,
In.
Lean In?
Okay, so just let us know. I've got everything up here for the comments. We're
Yeah.
ready to go for all of your opinions.
Amazing.
Okay, so
Do you want to start out with our usual, so here's how Hype Night works.
Yes.
We're just talk about people's accomplishments and their greatness.
yes.
Dale, earlier tonight, we were chatting with our guest before the show, and she said something, and I had an idea for a gag, but I hesitated, and you were right there, and you took my gag.
I did.
And you're really good at that, and I think that you deserve some props for that.
Oh, thank you.
Legitimately, we're right in with the gag.
Thank you. I could steal a bit. Easy.
Yeah, she can steal a bit.
No
Dale
problem.
Boyer can steal a bit.
Bit stealer.
Hype for
all
that.
kinds. This weekend, I had Melissa over to my house, and she shows up. She's so cool. Just shows up at my house, all cool, and I'm like, "Oh, you're doing shows today." And then we didn't I didn't super ask you about it too much. There's a lot of smoker. We were doing smoker and
Delicious
stuff like that.
smoker, yeah, like smoked chicken wings.
And then later I
sandwiches
see on
and
your Facebook, rocking it all kinds.
stuff. Thanks, pal.
Rocking it all kinds.
Thanks, it
Those
was
crowds
good.
were huge.
They were huge. There were hundreds of people, hundreds
Yeah.
of children at a festival.
That were way into you.
They were into superheroes. I played a superhero. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you are one.
Thanks,
There you
man. Thanks. That's really nice, Dale.
Thanks. Well, you're welcome. Listen.
Hype Night. That's how we do it.
Woo! Hype.
So, do you think we should bring on our guest?
Always.
And
Just,
get...
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Where's my piece of paper?
Okay. Get your piece of paper.
I have it now.
Our guest tonight is also known as your friendly neighborhood sex educator, which I love.
I love it.
Great, great name.
Yeah. Just say her name.
Just say her name.
Yeah.
So our guest tonight is
Nadine
Thornhill.
Woo! Come on in.
It's a very European time tonight.
We're all
jolly.
Are we driving? Are we driving to Tuscan?
Outside?
I'm on a Vespa.
Jolly Europeans. This is my smug European face. I'm European, so I guess I can say that.
I'm on the bumpy road.
Oh, yes. I'm narrowly escaping death on the curve on the mountain.
On the Amalfi Coast.
Wait, maybe on a bike?
Oh, yeah,
you're
like a
right.
baguette.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, open source music.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. Nadine, welcome.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thank you so much for
Being
being on
here.
the show.
We're so
Oh
excited.
my gosh. Okay. Well, listen. We have already had a long time to catch up because I got the times wrong this morning. This morning when I talked to Nadine. So then we had extra pizza eating.
We
did.
had extra pizza eating and lots of great conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty rad.
So that was good. So we've got a lot out of the way and we're ready for hype night.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. Listen. Let's drink it.
Let's do it. Let's drink it.
Let's drink our drinks.
So, as some of you know,
We have people already asking where the booze is.
So our dedicated viewers, thanks for joining us again. Thanks for reminding us that it's time for the booze.
Yes, it is time for the booze.
Our amazing sponsor.
Yes, Woodman Spirits and Wines.
Thank you, wines plural.
Well,
yeah.
there's
There's lots
yeah.
of wines. We've
I
had
assume they
some
have
of
more
them.
than one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do, and we've had several of them, and
We
they're
have
all great.
several of them.
So
Sometimes
thanks.
more than one in one night.
That's how you should do it, we think. So tonight we have a sweet fortified wine.
Yes.
We have a sherry.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, and I believe it's a Cristina.
Cristina.
I'm gonna say it as
Cristina.
Cristina.
It sounds
And I don't know how to
European.
say the rest of it. Gonzalez Bias.
Well, listen. Look at the bottle.
Cristina.
It's available at LCBO in the vintages section.
Yes.
And it is a
sherry.
Yes, a sherry, and we are drinking it chilled tonight.
Yes, we are.
Nadine, you're into sweeter wines.
I am.
So this is a choice specifically chosen for you.
Thank you so much.
Let me just bring out our special glassware.
I love these.
So these are courtesy of my mom. I got these from my mom. So hype to Morella D'Agostino for
Hi.
having like really amazing glassware.
It's-
I believe these were a gift at her wedding or her engagement.
I just
Oh,
kind
wow.
of love
Yeah.
them so much. I kind of
Yeah.
feel like people really just need to see
They're
how
pretty great.
special
Yeah.
they
Oh,
are.
these are so pretty.
Okay, so
I'm
here
excited.
we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
All right, and I'm just gonna. I'm always bad with the pour. Like I always.
It's
I'm gonna
not-
do
you're
that
right.
much for now, and then
That's
we'll.
perfect.
Yeah.
This is not your mother's cooking sherry.
No.
No.
Oh no. No. That's for Matt behind the scenes there.
Here, I'll
Here,
pass
you
it to
pass
you.
it to Matt.
You get the little green one.
Yeah.
Green choice there.
Yeah. That's for you,
I'll be
Dale.
filling this up again. So
Oh,
just,
yeah.
So just know
We're
that.
just it's because it's a dainty cup.
It
We can
is.
have more.
Lovely.
We can have more. I'm gonna put it here for now. So cheers.
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 Cheers to you out
Cheers.
there.
Cheers.
Thank you for having me.
Mm.
Oh my. Oh, it's happening.
Oh my
It's
god.
all
Lovely.
happening. It's really good.
I don't think I've ever had sherry.
Me neither. And you know what? When I heard it was fortified, I was a little worried because I'm not a huge port fan. But this is great.
I don't know how
This
to.
is delicious.
I actually don't know how to describe this. There's like two very separate
Yes.
tastes
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
It's delightful.
I know
Thank you,
that's-
Woodman Spirits and
I know I
Wines.
shouldn't say I can't describe it when I'm supposed to describe it, but I can't actually describe it really.
If
I
this
will
were a
work on it.
commercial audition and you had to improvise it,
Then I would be very confident. I would say it has separate, very distinct separate notes that I'm enjoying on both my palate and nose.
there you go. You
There you
just
go.
said it.
Yay!
Booked
Turn it out.
Booked it.
Okay, great. And thank you, Matt, for posting up the link of where you can find this wonderful sherry. Don't cook with it.
No, we highly recommend it.
Mhm.
Oh my
I've already had
goodness.
3 good swigs off.
Woo!
Woo!
Okay.
All right. Nadine, we normally start with what was the best part of your day?
Okay.
So, Melissa, me, who would like to go first?
I don't know, Dale.
Okay, I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
All right.
Mine's kind of like a two-parter.
Okay.
Okay. This morning I got to have coffee with my husband.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because we got up like early with our daughter, and then things the way the day worked, we kind
Yeah.
of had like all this extra time. It was like, oh, why he was gonna drive me to an audition, and then we got to go out and have an espresso in the morning. And I
Oh,
love
that's
going out and
nice.
having an espresso in the
Okay.
morning. But
Yeah.
also, there was like this amazing traffic jam in the East End. I don't know why. I think it may have had something to do with the fact that everything's flooded, and they were doing like these water releases.
Oh,
along
yeah,
Queen
yeah.
Street.
Yeah, that's down
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was also kind of really exciting to see like fire hydrants and stuff just like blasting water
Cool.
and just driving through like water and stuff. Yeah, and having an espresso.
Awesome.
I love that.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's a proper good day.
I guess I sort of have 2 as well then. I'm
Okay.
going to follow your lead.
Great.
The first thing I would say is my favorite part of my day was being in rehearsal. So I'm in rehearsal right now again for a show that I worked on this summer called Daughter with Adam Lazarus, who's great, and a great team of people. And it felt really nice to be in a room talking about like tricky subject matter and working it out through theater. It was really satisfying. So that was very
That's great.
very
That's
great.
Big. That's great.
Yeah, it was huge. It was like a really nice. And then while I was in there, because I was on the computer in the Google Doc of the script fixing things, and my husband Matt sent me the Game of Thrones trailer, and I had to work very hard not to watch the Game of Thrones trailer. So then my other favorite part of the day was watching the Game of Thrones trailer. 'Cause
Great.
I'm
Nice.
a big geek. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Right.
All right. So yeah, not to break with the theme, I'm gonna go with two things as well.
Yes. Amazing.
So I off of my home office, I have a balcony, and so it's a beautiful sunny day. So I got to work outside on my balcony, and I had my Spotify going. And anyone who knows me well knows that I love me like the easy listening AM jams from the 70s.
Yes!
The show is meant for you, Nikki.
Love it.
So yeah, I had my I had my like 70s playlist going, and I was just like chilling and enjoying the sun. And the other best part of my day, which is the best part of a lot of my days these days, my husband at a recent bowling banquet won a jar of 2,000 jelly beans, which he gifted to me.
Huge.
Yum.
Yeah. So every day I have a little jelly bean break.
Mm-hmm.
They're like they're jelly bellies. They're all different flavors.
Oh.
It's a taste sensation.
Jelly
It's
bellies.
amazing.
Taste sensation.
Jelly bellies are special. They taste better. I just went to the factory.
You did?
What?
Yes, I went to the factory last month.
I'm
What
so
was
jealous.
that?
My
Like-
in-laws live like blocks away from it, so it's a whole You
Wow.
go for a factory.
Where is
I
it?
want-
It's in California. It's outside of Napa, Fairfield.
What?
Fairfield, California.
I lived in Northern California or San Francisco for like a year, and I had no idea.
Yes, it is. It is very. It's in
man.
Fairfield-ish
Okay.
area.
Next time I go back, I'm going to Jelly Belly.
Yeah, it's
Fine.
free and it's fantastic.
It's free.
yeah,
Wow.
it's great. It's a
Wow.
family-run company. Blah blah blah.
Big fan.
Big fan over
Okay.
here.
Okay, awesome.
Definitely
That's
go.
nice. Jelly
Okay.
bean break. That's nice.
Well, let me tell you. We're gonna tell you a little bit of like how Hype works.
Okay.
So we have all this stuff that we've written down over here.
All right.
And we're gonna like just hype you because you're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So just take the hype because it's good.
All right.
You know, take the hype. If we get anything wrong, correct us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if there's anyone else that you would like to hype while we're chatting, then you know, hype them up. I'm gonna hype Erin Kell, who's watching right now, because
Erin's
Erin Kell
watching!
Is watching. So
Hype.
hype.
Hey, Erin.
I don't know
She's
you,
like-
but we communicated a bit on Facebook today, and
Yeah, she has
it's
like her
nice
own
to meet
massage
you.
therapy.
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And okay, can I hype her right now? Because
Yeah.
I live near her massage therapy clinic. I've been there. It's amazing. And they just got like a beautiful, like shiny new sign on their building. So every time I drive by it,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yay, Erin in
Yeah.
Origin!
Yeah,
Nice.
it's amazing.
Like, get it, girl."
Get it, girl. Do your thing.
Amazing. Hype.
Massage everybody up.
Yes.
Make everybody feel
Yes,
good.
please.
Fix everybody's IT bans. Now.
Get on it.
The world
Just gonna-
needs
gonna
less
hit this up.
Yeah.
IT ban
Thank you.
stress.
Right?
So, yeah.
Amen.
All kinds. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. I'm just gonna get right in.
Get right in it.
Yeah.
Get right in it.
Get right in it. Listen. So you're our friendly neighborhood sex educator, and so yes, you are a sexual educator.
I am.
Yes. So
Yes.
people can like hire you or employer services to come and help them, whether it's workshops or talking about your like families talking about sex
Yeah,
and things
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah, they can do that. If they're a teacher, then I can like come in and help them set up, their sex ed modules in the classroom. If they're looking for, like fun activities and how to deal with the kids giggling or like,
Right now?
Yeah, exactly. Giggling's good. It's fantastic.
Okay,
So,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna start with my first piece of hype because I have to say last night I was watching your
The videos.
the videos on
videos
YouTube.
are so great.
They're so
Yeah,
fantastic.
they're
they're
so
so
great.
Thank you.
And then I got nervous a little bit this morning, knowing that you were going to come on, because I was like, as I was listening to all your videos, you're so inclusive. Like the way that you speak is so inclusive, and you think like I'm listening and I'm going, oh well, obviously there's like an opinion about this or an opinion about that, but the truth is, generally speaking, you're so welcoming, you're so inclusive. And then I was like, I'm going to say something tonight that's like brutal. I was nervous because I don't feel like I have that kind of verbiage that you do, and it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you
Mhm.
so much. And I gotta say, okay, so another hype. I gotta hype my mom a little bit
Mhm.
because I definitely get that from my mom, that desire. My mom is someone that, no matter who came into her house or no matter who she met, she really was just able to connect to the humanity of the person and just really
Wow.
see them as, a person. I don't even want to say a person first, but just, really kind of accept and embrace, all of their elements and their facets and different things. And so, it's definitely something that I've learned to do over time,
Mhm.
but yeah, that I definitely get that from my mom.
That's amazing.
I got it
Awesome.
from my mom.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
That's
hype.
so great.
That's such a
Yeah.
hype time.
Your
Love
mom.
it.
What's your
yes.
mom's name?
Dawn.
Dawn.
Cheers, Dawn.
Dawn.
Cheers, Dawn.
Cheers.
Mom, I don't call her by her first name.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh, that's fantastic.
And so you two know each other from theater school.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you started out going to theater school. You went to theater school, were an actor.
Yeah.
And then you found your way into this other calling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? Because that's pretty amazing.
Okay, so it was a complete fluke accident. So I was living in Ottawa at the time, and I was working in theater. And, sometimes you work in theater, you need a day job.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was this amazing store named Venus Envy. It was founded and run by the time of Shelley Taylor. More hype.
Hype.
And
Hype.
hype. And so, yeah, I was like, well, I love this store, and maybe if I get a job here, then I can get like a discount on my sex toys, which I need because I'm like a struggling actor and I need discounts on things.
Mm-hmm.
So I started working there. And Shelley was like, hey, well, you have a theater background. You might like to facilitate these workshops we give after hours. And I mean, they were talk workshops. They weren't like hands-on. But yeah, we would talk about like blowjobs and cunnilingus and G-spots and like anal sex and all kinds of things. And I started doing it. Giving the workshops. Also some of that other stuff too.
Yeah.
Let's
enough.
not
Yeah.
be real.
Yeah.
It's like all included.
It's all included.
Yeah.
But at work, I was giving the workshops,
Mm-hmm.
and what really struck me was how just giving people a space where they had permission to talk about sexuality in a real, authentic way
Yes.
was transformative.
Right. Yes.
And what I also discovered is that as I was talking to other people, I was learning so much. And I think the most profound thing that I learned is that everyone's sexuality is their own and it's individual. And it may, align with these sort of, mainstream media ideas we have around sex, but oftentimes it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay either way, as long as it's, what's happening authentically. And so I started, sort of writing about my own thoughts and ideas around sexuality. And then from there, I started writing a column for like one of the bigger Ottawa blogs. I moved from Venus Envy to Planned Parenthood, and that's where like sort of my theater and my sex ed background came together.
Right. This is with
Yes.
Insight Theater, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was reading a little bit about it. So Insight Theater is connected to Planned Parenthood somehow, or
So Insight Theater was a program that was run by Planned Parenthood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really cool. So Planned Parenthood in Ottawa. Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an amazing program. So yeah, we worked with. We had teen performers who came in,
Okay.
and they would come in the summer, and we would give them theater training and sex ed training. And so some of the kids who came in, they had an interest in theater, some had an interest in sex ed, some came in and were like, I don't know what this is, but my friend told me it's really cool.
Right.
So,
That's good. Fair enough.
so yeah, and so what they would do is they would have like really intense comprehensive sex ed training, and then we would train them in like improv and storytelling
Gosh,
and
that's so
playwriting and all sorts of different forms of theater. And then they would take that, and in the first couple of months of the fall, they would develop their own show about sexual health and sexuality.
I love this.
That's so great.
And then for the rest of the year, we would tour to different like middle schools, so grade 7 and 8, and high schools.
Yeah.
And then they would present the show to the students, and then after the show, we would be there, and it would be primarily the youth and the troupe who would like interact with the other students and like answer their questions, and it was amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was
That's
like
incredible.
They were
That's amazing.
incredible.
You know what though? I bet you like I went to a middle school that was really, really like I remember my sex ed classes like so much because firstly you're like what?
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Like paying attention.
Oh, yeah.
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 Super
for sure.
paying attention, but it was also like a really I know everybody's like I don't really remember it. I don't remember. I was like in my school, I remember it. And it seemed like really a part of the school. Maybe it was because it was a middle school.
That's
Okay,
great.
Like
yeah.
maybe.
I did not have that experience,
No,
but I
right?
went to Catholic school.
Okay.
So
Okay.
sex ed in Catholic school was a very different, from what I understand, like experience to public
Right.
school. Like
Okay.
the abstinence was really the key message, and there was a
Right.
lot of like.
Rhythm method? Did they teach you rhythm method?
I had heard about the rhythm method, but they never explicitly taught it to us.
Right.
So I'm one of those people who's like, I don't really recall. I remember in grade 7 getting a book that was like about like your body, and it was like a little book about like that talked about puberty.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like kind of about masturbation, and it opened to this whole big conversation with me and all my girlfriends, and especially one of my girlfriends in particular. We were hanging out at her house watching Babe.
The pig.
the
The
movie
pig.
Babe, and suddenly she was like, so like, do you masturbate? And we had like this like kind of awkward, like not really looking at each other, but like talking about masturbation
That's
talk,
right.
which
Yeah.
is kind of
Which
awesome.
is to
That's
the movie
amazing.
Babe.
Yeah.
We have a watcher right now who says they had a nun teach them, and
Oh,
that
wow.
it was
Wow.
it was
Okay.
the nun was very sweet and super awkward. But that was
Sure.
but this sounds like it was in a public school.
Oh.
A nun
okay.
in a public school.
Okay.
Well, hey. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I just remember it being quite religious centered and in Catholic school.
Yeah, no, I went to a very
Yeah.
I
Then
went-
I switched. Then I went to
Okay.
public school in high school, and then that was
Yeah.
different.
I remember two things from like my grade 7, 8 sex ed. I remember learning the word masturbation and being like, oh, that's what that's called? I've been doing that my entire life.
Oh, right.
It's like I didn't know that had a name.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, that's just the going to sleep thing.
right.
Because that's what I did.
Yeah.
I did it to put
Right.
myself to sleep.
going to
I was
sleep
like, that's
thing.
the fun going to sleep thing.
Yeah.
And I remember because
Amazing.
I was in grade, so I would have been in grade 7 in 1987, so we were kind of at the peak of the AIDS crisis and the AIDS epidemic. So
right.
it was
Yes, there was a lot of AIDS.
yeah, so it was
centered-
like
yeah.
every
Yes.
sexual activity is like it's like a gateway sexual activity
Yes.
and you will die.
Yes.
Yes.
I
I
remember
just
being terrified.
distinctly
of AIDS.
remember it's
Yeah.
because of our age, because people
Yeah.
after us are like, it's not that big a deal. I was like, no. I remember when I was first learning about sex, I thought, oh my god, when I grow up
Yeah.
and I decide to have sex, everybody's going to have AIDS and I will have no one to have sex
Yeah.
with. I remember distinctly thinking that.
It was just like wait, be monogamous, have sex, wear a condom, or you will die.
Die.
People die.
You
Yeah.
may die.
It was
It was terrifying.
very
Yeah.
intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the one, I was talking to someone about this recently, but the one big influence in my life, well, I will say that unfortunately porn had a lot to do with my sexual education.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not all of it terrible, but like some of it not great. And then Sue Johansson was like my savior of like Sunday nights. I would just listen to that radio
Yeah.
program, and it felt like so freeing to hear people asking
It
questions
was.
that I had about sex.
Yeah.
She is so rad, and like
Yeah.
she's done so much for just again like opening up that conversation
Do
around
people
sexuality.
talk to you a lot about Sue Johansson?
Yes.
Yes, they must.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially people who are like sort of our age.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, Sue Johansson. I'm like, well, yes.
But
Yes.
she was on TV.
She was on
Yes,
TV. I did
yeah.
watch the show too, but she also
She
had
was on
the
the
radio
radio.
show.
Yes, I remember the radio, but then I also remember TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's hype
Sue
Sue
Johansson.
for
Cheers.
She
helping-
shaped a lot of people.
Mhm.
She really, really did. She had a real hatred of anal sex.
I don't
If you
remember
go back
that.
and watch-
Did she?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she,
she
was,
really,
was
really
like,
did.
She
That's
wasn't,
too bad.
She wasn't so much.
Yeah, she would just be very like. She was always like, you know what? Just
Too
don't
bad,
do it.
'cause
Just
anal
don't do
sex
it.
is- well, I
Well, it
won't
was
say
just
more
her
about that.
personal thing.
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
yeah.
She was like, I'm not.
Yeah.
But other like apart from that, I learned a lot.
I did.
from
She
her.
was
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
honest,
and
and
she was
I
just like
loved it.
this safe person that you could like call into her show.
Totally.
And
Yeah.
be like, here's my question. What's up? She was, you know what? She was like that cool aunt that we all need in our lives.
Yes.
That
Yes.
you can go to,
Yeah.
who's knowledgeable, who's older, who like has the authority to answer the questions, but is also not going to judge you.
Nadine, you're gonna be everybody's,
You're everybody's cool aunt. You're everybody's cool aunt.
Like for sure, you should watch. You gotta go to her YouTube channel. So go to her YouTube channel. I'm gonna give you another piece of hype here. So you have this guide. It's like 100.
Yeah, it's
like
like
100
questions
questions
to ask your kids about sexuality.
Yes.
And I used a question today.
Oh, you did?
I did because it was like you said it was like for like basically like preschoolers and stuff like that. Like there were things that you were saying like questions that I was like, oh my gosh, this is a really great question. It was basically as simple as just asking what makes you sad.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my
Yes.
gosh, that's a great question
I love that.
for like a little kid. And I
Yeah.
thought I'm gonna ask this question and see what comes out of it. It was just interesting because my daughter didn't think she was listening and didn't want to answer. And then 10 minutes later, she told me what made her sad. Like just out of the
Wow.
blue. And I thought,
Oh.
oh my gosh, that's so. So just a gift. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That's so
Yeah.
great. I'm so glad you like got to start that conversation.
Yeah. So and then you did like basically a video blog every day.
Yeah, for April. Yeah.
For April. So
Yeah.
that is
That's so
huge
good.
undertaking.
It's huge.
It was
Hype for that.
Yeah,
That's like
oh my
so
gosh,
much.
hyped for that.
Yeah,
Seriously,
hyped for
because
that.
I was watching them like basically back to back to back to back yesterday. Just I've watched so many of your videos yesterday. So many. You have a beautiful design and your
Yes.
in your bedroom?
That's my office.
In your office,
Nice.
with
the porch off
the
of
porch,
it.
yeah.
And also, your website has a beautiful design.
Thank
It's
you.
a great website. So you should go to, I'm going to tell you right now, it's NadineThornhill.com.
Yes.
And there's a blog on there, and that's where you can find all the video blogs.
Okay, well
Yeah.
then hype to Lynn Jatania of Sweet Smart Designs who designed that website for me, and I love it. It was like I was like, how did you take what was in my head and put it on the internet?
It's beautiful
Amazing.
because it's
Hype.
like it's very
Hype.
inviting. You know, you feel like, oh, it's inviting, it's comfortable, and yet very professional at the same time.
That's exactly what I wanted, and she came through.
Well, there you go.
Well, I think that's a great thing, and it's a so this 100 questions. It's based on different ages, yeah.
Yeah,
And people can download it for free,
absolutely.
which is amazing. That's an amazing thing to be able to like offer to people. So good for you for doing something like that. It's
Oh,
outstanding.
thank you. Well, I want, of course, like everyone else, I want to get paid, but I want to have resources available because not everybody can afford or has access to, professional hourly services. So I want to put as much out as I can that, people can access from anywhere, regardless of budget or whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
And I correct me if I'm wrong, on your website that you can have a phone call, like a consultation about what exactly it is you're looking for
Yeah,
for free and just chat with you.
Absolutely. It's like a 30-minute consultation because, the fact of the matter is when you're talking about, sexuality, whether it's about yourself or I think especially when it's about, your children or your family, that's a really vulnerable thing to open up about for a lot of people. And so I do the free consult just so I can get a sense of, maybe what people need to talk about. But also it's for people to get a sense of whether or not they feel comfortable with me and, if I'm the right person. And if not, then, maybe I can refer them to someone else. But I think it's really important when you're doing any kind of like counseling or coaching or therapy or anything, you want to work with somebody that you really connect with and feel comfortable with.
Yeah,
Totally. Yeah.
absolutely.
That's really important.
Yeah, to be able to find that right fit is huge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you also provide a sex education masterclass that's like a one-day course.
Yeah.
That's designed specifically for Ontario teachers and educators, which right now is like it's been a very complicated thing, right? With these new guidelines.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, because we have a relatively new or new aspects to the curriculum. It's part of the health and phys ed curriculum. But yeah, there are some new things in there. I think they're great. Like I'm like grade A to the updates to the curriculum because they were really needed.
They needed
yes.
updating.
Yeah.
Agree,
I know the curriculum quite well, and it's it's very age appropriate, and it's got some great prompts in there. So yeah, if there are like any teachers who want to find out, like how you can basically take the curriculum and then, apply that in a practical way with exercises and resources and stuff, then I know how to do that stuff.
Yeah, like that, and that's a huge thing,
Yeah.
being able to make that, accessible in a way that kids are interested and not just freaked out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or also because, like, depending on the ages, like, kids aren't stupid and or deaf. They've heard that there's a lot of controversy around this as
of
well.
course.
Yeah,
It's not
absolutely.
like people know that, people are picketing this,
Well, and I imagine it's hard too. Like if you're a teacher and you didn't grow up talking like a lot about sex, and now you're in this position where you're covering this in your classroom. That might be an obstacle.
Yeah,
right? Like,
I mean that's actually I find one of the biggest challenges for a lot of people, and even for me, is that it's not so much that they don't know the information, or you can fill in the gaps in the information, but it's really, well, how am I supposed to talk about this with an 8-year-old when it's something that I only started talking about like as an 18-year-old,
Yeah.
Right,
and so
yeah.
I only know these sort of adult words and phrases.
right.
And it's really just, oftentimes it's just a matter of sort of, using different language that's accessible for kids and kind of, pulling out maybe some of the more theoretical, abstract elements of it and just, getting down to like the core facts, and then you can build on it as they get older.
right.
Yeah. I
Amazing.
have to say, there was, you, at one point you just like kind of did a live reading of all of the sex ed things by year.
Yeah.
And I think, that was great, because it was like, a lot of people are freaking out, and there's a lot of misinformation, and people are like, why are they teaching my 6-year-old about homosexuality? It's like, well, I don't know if that's exactly what it was.
That's
here.
not what's happening.
What's happening? That sounds odd to me that they'd be doing that. So it was nice to have it kind of distilled down and kind of just read very matter-of-factly, too. And with even the precursor of, you're like, I have feelings about this or different opinions about this, but this is not the moment for that. We're going to just talk about exactly the roots of it.
Yeah,
Great.
that was a day when I was just like, I'm frustrated. People aren't reading this. And then it sort of twigged in my head. I was like, look, I read it, but I was like, it's not, because it's not a sex ed curriculum. They are just components of the health and phys ed curriculum, which is, I think, the health and phys ed curriculum for grades 1 through 8 is something like a 260-page document.
Right.
And these little snippets are just buried inside. So I'm like, no one's going to read that.
No, it's mostly just about dodgeball.
Exactly.
Yeah. And who wants to read that
Nobody
much
wants to
about
read that.
Our former
dodgeball.
guest of ours, Nicole Stamp, maybe would have wanted to read about dodgeball.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you do, but that's okay. And not to mention that, especially,
Nicole.
in Ontario, we have a really diverse population. You have a lot of parents where English is not their first language. Reading, like, a fairly academic document is going to be extremely challenging. And so I was like, I'll read it to you. And you just have to listen to me.
Check it out.
So good.
See,
So
it's
great.
still there. I think it's still on. Yeah, it's still on my channel.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So go.
You can watch it.
You
if
can go
want
check
to.
it out.
Go check it out. Please go check it out. You know what? Even just go snoop around, because there's things that, like, there were things that I had learned about. There were different things, trends, I suppose, that are happening, of things that I was like, ew, that's a horrible thing. That I don't like that thing at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, well,
You
I've
learned about horrible trends.
I've learned about that new
I
horrible
read
trend.
my most recent one is about a horrible trend.
Yeah, and I was like,
Made me mad.
that does sound like a horrible trend. So go and
Go and read about horrible trends.
go read about horrible trends
And other things that
And-
are not horrible.
and how to navigate horrible trends.
Yeah.
Because
You
you
can
know
do
you
that.
can live a horrible trend. Just maybe be more open about it. Huh?
Yeah. But also great
Oh
things
my.
like,
Yes.
pleasure and enjoying our bodies.
Exactly. So it runs the gamut.
Yeah, not all
really,
horrible
of all of
trends.
it. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. I would save like social hype
Yeah.
for something, but this seems very apropos to what we're talking
Okay,
about.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Erin Kell watched Nadine's interview debate on TVO, and she said you kept your cool with the guy sitting beside you who was opposed to the curriculum. It was maddening to watch him. How did you do it?
Oh.
Okay.
Good question.
All right, so I took all of my rage and I mushed it in a little ball.
Yeah.
Shout out to The Simpsons. And I shoved it deep down inside of myself. It was like, breathe, listen. And all I kept saying to myself in my head was like, if I lose it, I'm going to lose all of my credibility. And it's super important that I do not lose my credibility in this moment.
Right.
Because that clown sitting next to me was spewing all kinds of garbage. And I was like, no, I will not. But it took everything in me.
Yeah.
I don't think you can tell on camera, but I was like sweating. As soon as we cut, I started shaking. And
Did
the
he
thing-
just like walk away after? Was
Yeah,
it
like,
just
what
make a
happened
show
afterwards?
and then he
No,
left?
okay, so the thing is, that guy, I'm gonna give you the tea now on what
Okay.
happened there. Because we were talking, there were three of us. There was him, there was me, and there was Michael Corrin. And we were all in the green room beforehand, and we were talking, and we didn't share the same opinion, but he was very reasonable and seemed very open to sort of listening to different
okay.
points of view.
Yeah.
And then he got on air, and I was like, oh, I see your game, because he was saying all sorts of horrendous inflammatory things, and I'm like, this isn't true.
You're just
know
doing it to get
What
around.
you're saying is
Right.
not true. Because I was like, I heard what you said. So I was
how
like,
can you live
It's such
like,
it's a cable news strategy
Yeah.
of like, just trying to be inflammatory and provoke,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
So I was pissed, but I have a knack for when I'm really mad, I can sort of just like shut it down, and I just look really stoic and calm, but inside, like in my brain, I'm screaming. I'm just like, I will
Oh
not
my
give you the
God.
satisfaction
Okay.
Yeah.
of losing it.
Well, Erin
there's
says you
hype
could,
for that.
Erin says you couldn't tell that there was a tiny flame in your pupils.
Oh.
A tiny flame.
Thanks, Erin.
Amazing. And speaking of
amazing.
credibility, I just wanna list all of the different associations and things you're a part of and
Yes.
everything, because it's so much and it's so
Yes.
great. So you're a member of the American Association of Sexuality Educators, Counselors, and Therapists, the Sexuality Information Council of Canada,
Yep.
and the Center for Sex Education.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You hold a Doctor of Education in Human Sexuality with a concentration in child and adolescent sexual development.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Holy.
Are there a lot of
Smoke.
people like you?
That's- yeah.
Is this like when you are there like conferences where?
Oh yeah, there are tons of actually. Next month, ASEC, so the American Association of Sex Educators, Counselors, and Therapists, is having their annual
mouthful.
conference in Las Vegas this year, I believe.
Ooh.
There's a National Sex Ed conference in New Jersey every year in December. There are tons of associations all over the world. There's I'm going to forget the acronym, but there's like a global sexuality association. There's the Society for Scientific Sexuality Research or something like
Amazing.
that. There are a lot of like sex educators, therapists, counselors.
Yeah.
There's more than you think.
Yeah, like I'm so thrilled
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
have my eyes open to like how many resources there are, and it's great because I think a lot of people, like myself included, like often, even though I consider myself fairly open about sex, I still like don't think about maybe reaching out or like that's there if there is a question, like if I ever had a kid and I had a question, or
There's
even
also
for
things
myself.
that you forget, like because I listened a lot yesterday. I was like, oh right, I haven't heard the word. Is it vas deferens?
Vas
Vas
deferens.
deferens.
Yeah.
I haven't heard the word vas deferens in so long that I was
sounds like a
like,
band.
wait a second. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a second. I know this thing, and then I thought, well, that's not a word that comes into my world very often.
No,
but,
it's not.
you
It's
know,
not a thing that we say often. And I just
vas
Sorry,
deferens.
we're talking about vas deferens.
The
I think we
vas
need more
deferens.
Sherry.
Vas deferens in our granny glasses.
Yeah. I
Vas
wonder how our
deferens.
grannies would feel about us talking about the vas deferens. I don't think my granny would even know that was a term.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think. I
Mine
don't
wouldn't.
know.
It would be an Italian, and I don't think she would know.
I wonder if my grandmother, I think this is right, and if my mom's watching, she can correct us if we're wrong.
Take
But
it.
I believe that my grandmother applied to medical school. She lived in Bermuda, and I believe that she was the first. I think she was the first Black woman. I think she was the first woman to be accepted into medical school, but then she didn't go because she either because she was getting married or because she was pregnant with my mom. I can't remember which.
Wow.
Yeah, my grandmother was kind of a badass, but she would be horrified that I just described her as a badass because she was also incredibly religious.
Right.
Right. Well,
We're gonna hype that
like,
because
hype
that's
that.
Hype
big
amazing.
time. Yeah.
And apologies, Granny, for describing you
Like,
as
listen.
swears.
My grandmothers may not have known what the vas deferens was. Am I saying it right?
Deferens, yeah.
Deferens.
Deferens, right?
Deferens. I say deferens.
Deferens.
It's DEFRENS.
Deferens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deferens.
But they had lots of little badass things that they did themselves.
Oh, God,
yeah.
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 Heck yeah.
Yeah. hell
In
yeah.
fact, I think my great grandmother talked to my mom about sex more than my grandma, like more than her mom did.
Wow.
That's what she told me once.
Yeah,
I
I know
bet
that
that
my.
was-
I
yeah.
remember my mom saying to me that like she knew that they were going to talk about it at school because they had sent home like a permission slip
Right.
Okay.
to send back, and then was like, so. Yeah. So she, she got the date right,
Hilarious.
and like and then chatted with me and stuff about what I had learned.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Dale's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
to-
hype
Dale's
to
mom.
Lynn, hype.
Hype. Who
Big
also one day maybe we'll have my mom on because I'm pretty
Let's
sure
have
my
your
mom.
mom on.
I'm pretty sure my mom
Yeah.
was the first female Boy Scout leader in Canada.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
amazing.
she has to be on there.
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like
Okay.
she's gotta
I
be
want to
on.
watch that.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna
Mom.
have you on, Lynn.
Come on.
Yeah.
Later.
Later.
And we'll
Later.
Have, and we'll have Dawn on too.
We'll have all the
We'll have the
moms.
moms.
We'll have moms.
My
Okay,
mom,
great.
come on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
be good.
Amazing.
Okay, so I became obsessed on your website with the titles of your blogs and the subjects of your blogs because I liked the diversity of topics and like what you covered. So I have a small sample. We're gonna do it as a lightning round of just like a small sample of the titles that I thought were pretty great. Okay, so this is one of Dale's favorite open source tracks.
It is. Makes me think of this new world. I say it every week.
So we're gonna list off some blogs. Do you have a crush on anyone?
How does it feel to say no to someone you like?
In our family, what parts of our body do we keep covered?
What's it like for gay and trans kids at your school?
What makes you feel happy?
What do you think some people choose? Why do you think some people choose to remain abstinent?
Who do you think can make a baby?
Do you know what pornography is?
What do you know about STIs?
What do you think are good reasons to have sex?
How do you think babies are made?
3 ways to help your teen avoid unintended pregnancy.
Followed up with teen pregnancy, what are the options?
Donald Trump is going to be president. What do we do now?
That's the one we're ending on because it's the best title. Right?
It's like I just want to stare. I feel like if I had the ability to just make this go into like my eye and then just hang out here for like 6 hours.
I love it.
You just see every little tiny flame.
I also
There's
like-
so many tiny flames in our little eyes out
Tiny
there.
flames.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta have them.
Yes.
I love your blog.
Oh, thank you.
Say
Yeah.
that. And
Thank
I love
you.
Yeah, I love the topics that you cover.
I really enjoy writing them.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You've also written for Yummy Mummy Club and Huffington Post, right?
Yes, I have.
Yes, and I used to read you when you were doing Adorkable Undies.
Yes,
which
which was my previous blog.
That's right. So I used to read there, and now I read in the other.
Oh wow,
Listen,
that's so cool.
yeah, it's interesting.
It's so interesting.
And everybody can relate to it.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can all relate to it. We all have something. I also like how some of the blog titles are like, who do you think can make a baby? Like they're a little bit, I say them with a little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. You're like,
Yeah.
I like
How do you think babies are made?
You're coming at people with an attitude.
Yeah. What do you think?
What do you think? I know what I think.
Exactly, Dal. Exactly.
Well, I like those questions, especially for kids. Because it's hard to especially with younger kids, sometimes it's hard to feel like you have to launch into this lecture and be like, all right, I'm going to tell you how babies are made. So get them to do some of the work for you and just kind of find out where they're at with it.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes kids know more than we give them credit for.
Absolutely.
And that can just give you a perfect jumping off point for okay, you know this and this. This and this are right, this thing is wrong, so, thumbs up for what you know, and we'll just sort of course correct on the thing that you got a little bit wrong, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. Fantastic. Oh my
do you
gosh.
want to check in and see?
Listen.
It's like we're getting so many comments and
There is.
wow.
And there's a lot of people who know you, so I say this every time.
Yeah.
You need to go back and you need to look at the comments and see the people that were watching and the people that were.
Oh, I'd love to.
So by all means, everybody put a little hello out here. Yeah. I basically read the stuff that's happening.
yeah, great.
Thanks for the level, friends. I will fix it. Oh, Erin Kell says that she's gonna fix everybody with her massage therapy.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
She and her team of therapists fixed my shoulders. They used to be here. Now they're here,
Yeah.
normal
wow.
shoulder
Because,
height.
by the way, Nadine is also you're like a fashionista.
Yes, you were featured
yeah.
by Fresh Collective featured you as
Yes!
a style.
Yeah.
A
They
style
did. That
icon.
was so much fun. That
Yeah.
photo shoot was the best. I got to go and just basically play dress up, which is one of my favorite things to do
Oh my
in
gosh.
my non-sex educator time.
We got to get you in
Interesting.
on our clothing swaps.
Yes,
Oh!
we have great clothing swaps
Yes,
that I've
yes,
just
please.
started to become
Yes,
part
Melissa's
of.
just recently, I started doing them with Melanie Moore and
Amanda Barker,
and
Debbie
Debbie
Bond.
Bond and Natasha Lovato. And,
Yeah,
and so
Mandy Kona, great people.
I'm here
Yeah.
for it.
Okay, amazing.
Here
Oh my
for
god,
it.
it's so exciting.
they're wonderful times, and I feel like you'd be in.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
awesome.
absolutely.
Cool. Anyone else who wants to come to a clothing swap?
Let us know. We
We'll
love
have
a
one.
clothing swap.
It's great.
So usually at this point we get to a little thing that we like to call a new favorite thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where we're
That's
at?
right. We're at
Like
your
we're
favorite
at-
thing.
Yeah.
We're totally there.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So, I would say that my new favorite thing, I love that this music is playing because it feels like it's a bit of a classic film time, like a ragtime film time. My new favorite thing is this podcast. I'm like a real podcast nerd.
Nice.
And I love this podcast called Maltin on Films, which is Leonard Maltin of Entertainment Tonight days.
Right.
And his daughter, who works in the film industry, they talk about movies and they interview people. And they recently had the guy Kevin Feige, who makes all the Marvel movies, who's like,
Okay.
and they had him, and it's just a really great podcast, and it connects me to my magical wonder around the film industry and movies. And it's really been nice lately to reconnect to that. So Maltin on Film.
That's really
Amazing.
great.
Yeah.
That's really great. I had something, but now I'm gonna think of something else because you were talking about your Spotify.
Yeah.
Your Spotify. Spotify usually does this thing where you can it makes you a playlist. You can browse your own, and it'll be like, hey, if you listened to these things last week, you might be into this thing. It gives you a whole playlist for the week. But now it kind of breaks that up further into these genres. It'll be a little more genre based for every day. So it's it's Monday, check it. It's Tuesday, check it. And I'm into it.
That's great.
I'm into
Amazing.
it.
I get that.
And it
yeah.
is really I am so into Dionne Warwick right now.
Yeah, Dionne Warwick.
Yeah, I heard
Girl.
this remix thing, and I was like, I can't, and
Sorry,
I can't. It's just so there's this Dionne Warwick song right now that I can't stop, and it's all about just because you say the world is wrong doesn't mean you still got to do something.
Oh,
Oh,
Dionne
wow.
Warwick. Hype for
Warwick.
Dionne Warwick.
Come
Oh
on.
my god, keep smiling.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
been listening to
shining.
her whole albums now. I can't.
Wow.
Yeah, it's written by Brooke
Awesome.
Bacharach. This song.
Love it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the Say a Little Prayer
Prayer
for
for
You.
Me.
She did a
Yeah,
lot of
she
Brooke
did
Bacharach,
Bacharach,
right?
yeah. All right. My new favorite thing. Can I pick two?
You can
Yes.
pick
Okay. So I just read Gabrielle Sidibé's biography. So she played Precious in Push. Is that what it's called?
No, in Precious.
Precious, based
by
on the novel
Sapphire,
Push
based
by
on-
Sapphire.
That's it, yes.
Yeah, and
The
Empire
best
and
title.
yes. So she's like real, and she's funny, and like she really goes there, and I want to be friends with her, except not, because I feel like celebrities constantly have these like random strangers be like, I feel like I want to be friends with you. I'm just like, can I live? So I'm just gonna let her live. But I feel like blessed that I get to share the planet with her at the same time.
Cool. I've heard great things about that book. That's cool.
And okay, my other new favorite thing, which is new to me, I was in Cleveland this past weekend with some friends of mine who used to live in Ottawa, but now they live in Cleveland, and I was at their house, and it's this beautiful mid-century modern bungalow. It's like huge and sweeping and sprawling with like these like this amazing backyard and these like big fantastic windows. It was just the best time. It was such a beautiful house, and I mean, I love my friends who live in it, but that's not new. But yeah, being at their new house and sort of seeing their new life was really exciting, and I can't wait to go back and visit them again.
Oh, love it.
That's amazing. Bungalows are amazing.
Bungalows are amazing.
Like,
Mid-century modern is amazing. All of it amazing. And you add bungalow and mid-century modern together.
I know.
It was like, it's one of my favorite houses I've ever been to, and just like having my friends there made it that much better. So yeah,
love.
Fantastic.
Great.
Love.
Well, listen, I'm really sad because I think Hype Night's coming to an end.
I think it is, sadly. We could talk for a lot longer.
I know.
This is how it is all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Nadine.
Oh, thank you for this. Was like this is honestly like super fun.
Thank you.
And now my self-esteem is like.
That's the idea.
That's the idea.
So I'm gonna go to sleep with a full self-esteem tonight.
Yes.
And if anyone wants to check you out, go to NadineThornhill.com, or you can also go to @Nadine Thornhill and contact her through Twitter or anything like that. Do it. She's amazing.
And next week we're back. Same Hype channel, same Hype time. We're going to be here with the amazing Emily Reed, who I know from TIFF. She's in the programming department at TIFF, and she also runs the Christie Pitts Film Festival, which I love. It's in my neighborhood. It's a great festival. Oh, wow. We're so thrilled to have her, and you can join us next week and be with us live.
Yeah. Everybody go get a sherry this week.
Go get a sherry,
really
man.
good.
Go get
Do it.
And have a fucking Hype week.
Yeah, fucking
Right?
Hype Week.
Have it.
Fucking
Right?
Hype Week.
Right?
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum.